What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And in this video, I'm going to be going over 5 things that you must stop doing if you want to win more games in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So for today, like I said, we're going to be going over 5 mistakes that you must stop making. These are 5 common mistakes that a lot of beginners, average players, and even above average players consistently make, and I guarantee you if you stop doing these 5 things, you will drastically increase your win percentage. These are just very common mistakes that people overlook, and I'm going to tell you what they are right now. So the first thing is going to be on defense. So we're going to come out in like a cover 3 here. This is a very crucial thing that a lot of people do, and you just simply must stop doing it because it's just not good. It's just flat out not good at all, and a lot of people don't know about it. So the thing you want to stop doing on defense is you want to stop pressing if your outside cornerbacks are in deep blue zones. You always want to just base align your defense, which you can do by pressing Y or triangle and then right on the left stick. And when you do that, you see how your cornerbacks kind of back up? That's how you want them. You never want your deep zones pressed, because if you have your deep zones pressed, this is what's going to happen. And you don't even need someone as fast as Tyreek Hill here to do this. You just need someone that's decent speed here. But if they have a real burner, it's even worse. Your cornerback cannot keep up if he is pressed in a deep blue zone. It is one-play touchdowns all the time. I get people with this online all the time. When I see them pressing and they're in a cover 3 or a cover 4 or something like that, it's one-play touchdowns all the time because the safeties usually don't recover to help out, and your cornerbacks can never recover. Now I'm just going to base align them. I'm not going to press him this time. And you'll notice, look at the huge difference. He turns and he starts running with him a lot sooner. He's there to make a play on the ball, maybe even intercept it. Now, if we were in a 2-man under, that is okay to press. The only 2 times it's okay to press is if you're in 2-man under, which that means your man defense and you have your 2 safeties over the top because you have safety help. You can press. Or if you're in a regular cover 2 or Tampa 2, you can press because, again, you have 2 safeties deep over the outside. You're not going to burn them for a one-play touchdown. But if you're in a cover 4 or a cover 3 or a cover 2 invert where your outside cornerbacks are in deep blue zones, never press. You know, I might sound like a broken record here, like I'm repeating myself. You never want to press because a lot of times, see, there you actually played it pretty decently even though I was pressing. But you saw in the first example what happened. Here I'm going to press them again. You're going to see. I think because I didn't baseline. I think when you baseline and press, that's when they get burned. But now, I mean, Alex Smith overthrew the ball there. But you don't want to do that. Never, never press your deep blue zones. Keep them far back. You're going to save yourself a lot of one-play touchdowns. Only press in 2-man under or cover 2. You'll thank me later. Trust me. You'll give up a lot less one-play touchdowns. So, the next thing is another big one on defense, and this is run committing. Now, there's some good players that just have a nose, you know, they can sniff out when you want to run the ball, and they have success run committing, but I don't recommend doing it because it's very, very little reward and too much risk. A lot of times when you run commit, you still don't even stuff the run. They'll still get yards on it sometimes, or they'll still even bust out one-play touchdowns because your defense overcommits to it. So it's not guaranteed to stop the run, but it's 100% guaranteed to give up a one-play touchdown if they're passing. And any decent player that sees you run commit even one time, they're going to keep that in the back of their mind, and they're going to run the ball a couple more times, and then we're going to run commit here, and, I mean, if you run commit, it's a one-play touchdown. The whole defense blitzes in. It's too late. It's a one-play touchdown every time. It's just not worth it. If someone's eating you alive, you know, on the ground, there's other ways to try and beat it. You know, pinch your defensive line by pressing LB or L1 and down on the left stick. You know, pinch your linebackers by pressing LB or L1 and down on the left stick. You know, fill the box, get in the box with the safety yourself. Just try to crowd the box as best as you can. And, you know, try to stop the run that way. There you see we held them about 1.5, 2 yards. Don't run commit. It's not worth it because if they catch you slipping, it's a one-play touchdown. It's just not worth it. I know it's tempting at times, but it's just not necessary. Just, you know, the only time I would maybe recommend run committing is if they're on the 1 or 2 yard line, and I mean it's really hard to pass there as it is. Most people are gonna run, and you're just, you know, you're just going with your gut saying I'm gonna run commit. You're on the 2 yard line. If they get the touchdown, whatever, they were on the goal line anyway. They were likely gonna probably score anyway. But don't run commit in the middle of the field and just leave it wide open for them. Don't make it easy on them. You know, if you're on the goal line, go ahead. But other than that, don't run commit. The next thing is going to be an offensive tip here. And here I'm going to blitz these linebackers in because I want to give myself some space to run here. So This tip is getting down before taking the hit stick. This is huge, and if you watch tournament players stream and competitive players stream, you'll notice that they get down in the open field a lot. They do not even risk taking hit sticks when they don't have to. See, like right here, this guy's coming at me. I'm getting down. Boom. I'm gonna tell you how to do this in a second, but I want to demonstrate it one more time. Because if I just run into him, and especially if I'm playing a good player, I'm liable to take a hit stick and fumble the ball. I see him coming for me, I'm getting down every time. I'm taking the yards that I got, and I'm living to the next down. So how you do this is you hold the left trigger, the right trigger, and you tap the X button at the same time. This is on Xbox. Left trigger, right trigger, tap the X button. If you're on PlayStation, it's going to be L2, R2, and tap the square button. That's gonna make them just sit down in the middle of the field. See here, I'm in the open field. Okay, the defender's coming up. He could lay a big hit. Bam, get down. Don't even risk it. You will fumble the ball so much less by doing this that it is absolutely crazy. You'll be surprised. You will fumble 1 or 2 more times a game on average if you just keep running into guys and taking hit sticks. If you get down, you are good money every single time. The fourth thing you need to stop doing, and this is another big one, is stop predetermining where you want to go with the ball. Now, yes, you should always have, you have reads on the field. You have your first read, your primary read. But don't predetermine that I'm going to this guy because you're just so sure it's going to be open. Because, it's not always going to be open. Take the time, look at the route, watch it develop, make sure it's open before you throw it. Now, we're in this cover 2 invert, so on the right side of the field, we have a high-low read here with Kelsey on the corner route and Kareem Hunt going to the flat. So, let's say we just been getting them in the flats, all game for some decent yardage. So here, we got about 3 yards. Wasn't crazy. They did patch the zone, so they actually do break on the ball a lot quicker. But, even 3 yards of play, if you're every 4 plays, you're talking about first down. See, here we got more. Here we getting about 5 yards. So let's say you just been dinking them, dunking them in the flats, getting 3, 4, 5 yards a pop. You're moving the chains every 3 plays. You're moving the chains. You're just eating them up, and he's getting aggravated. And now he adjusts and he plays underneath coverage. So now he's got that hard flat over there, and you just predetermine where you want to go. You're like, well, flats again. I've been killing him in the flats, and the defender just absolutely whiffed there. But that should have been a pick or an incomplete pass. Let's run it one more time because that was just terrible defense there. So again, you're just thinking flats, flats, flats. It's been open every play. He's there to defend it. Let's say that was a big 3rd down or 4th down, and let's say that could have been a pick 6 easily going the other way. Don't predetermine where you're going to go with the ball. Actually watch. Because if you take that extra second and you make the read and you say, oh, the flats are covered, I can hit the corner route. You just take an extra second to read and you say, oh, he jumped down into the flat, progress to your next read, bam, the corner route's wide open. I just got a bigger gain. Whereas if you predetermine, you might throw a pick going the other way. Now, this is probably the hardest habit to get out of because even good players do this sometimes. We're just so sure something's going to be open that it doesn't even register in our brain that it could possibly be covered, and we throw it right into the defender's hands. I even do this every once in a while. It's impossible to never make this mistake, but what I'm trying to say is try to make this mistake as less as possible. Like, just take the extra second, actually watch your route develop, make sure that it is indeed open, and if you see that it's not, progress to your second read. And if you wind up holding the ball too long and taking a sack, well, taking a sack's better than throwing a pick 6. That's how you got to look at it. Even if it's 3rd down and you got to punt the ball, punting the ball is better than throwing a pick and giving them the ball right there, or throwing a pick 6 and giving them automatic points. If you got to punt the ball and go play defense, that is a better scenario for you. So just take the extra second, watch your reads develop. The number 5 thing that you need to stop doing, this is another big one, especially for more beginner players, is you got to stop spamming the same play. Now, yes, if you're playing someone that just sucks and just isn't that good at the game, you can probably spam the same play or 2 over and over. Or if you're really, really, really good at the game and you are just so good with your 1 or 2 plays, some of the best players in the world only run 3 or 4 plays because they mix up their hot routes and they're just so good at the reads and they're just so good at the timing on the throws that they can do this. But everybody else in the middle, you need to mix up your plays because even an average person will catch on and, he'll start using the same route you're throwing to, or he'll notice that, okay, if I play a cover 2, it seems to just lock this play up. You need to mix up your plays, and this is something that anytime I post a tip on this channel, there's always a number of people in the comments. It's like, oh, I'll do this, and that, and lock this play up. But it's like you're only thinking on the surface level here. Like, when I post a tip, I'm giving you a piece to the puzzle. I'm saying, this is a great play in this formation. Use this play, but I'll always tell you, mix it up. Like, look at other plays in the formation. Make sure you run the ball. Never abandon the run. Make sure you use the play action that's in there. Always switch up your plays. So here, we're in bunch tight end, and, this is a really good play. So, I might set it up something like this. I might drag Wilson. And let's say I just, I've been hitting them all day with this. I've been killing them with this little drag underneath or to that flat route. Been killing them all day with that. But they adjust to stop it. Well, they might set up the defense perfectly to stop it. They might have everything ready to go. And now I'm just, all right, let me switch it up. Let me run the ball. Get up the middle, get me 4 or 5 yards with the run. Okay, now I ran the ball a couple times. Now they're just putting everybody inside because they're like, oh, man, he's just been dominating me with the run. Let me put everybody inside. Let me get a grip on this run here. I go back to the flats over here now. I haven't thrown to that side of the field. Okay, there's 5 yards that way. Now, let me switch up. Let me run the PA play. I've been hitting the flats to the right, then I started running, then I'm hitting the flats to the left. So he's staying in the box because he's like, okay, I got to watch for the run. He's playing underneath because he's like, well, he throws flats a lot. He throws underneath a lot. Now I run a play action. He's faked out. Deep post over the middle. Oh, man, touchdown, or almost a touchdown. You have to mix your plays up. Like I said, when I post tips on the channel and people are like, oh, I would lock this play up by doing this, this, and that, my response usually is, yeah, but what if I call another play? Just because I'm breaking down this one play doesn't mean this is the only play I would run out of this formation. What if I run the ball? What if I call a play action? What if I call a play that attacks a completely different side of the field? Mix up your plays. If you do this, it will make it so hard for people to stop you, you would not believe. So, those are my 5 biggest mistakes that people need to stop making. I guarantee you, if you take this advice, you put it into practice, you will, over time, win a lot more games. So definitely get out there. I hope you put this into practice. I hope you guys win more games. And as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.